Welcome back, you beautiful people. Thank you for returning again. I truly appreciate every time you click on one of my videos. That goes for you new viewers as well. I really appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. I've been dealing with, once again, technical difficulty after technical difficulty. Nothing wants to work for me, but what can I do about it? Along with that, as you already know, if you watched my video yesterday, I'm dealing with the flooded basement. Here in my office, I've got two high-powered fans, which I currently have off because if I didn't, you wouldn't be able to hear me. Out in the hallway, I have another 5 or 6, I think, and then more in my bedroom. It's all to try to dry up the stupid wet floor. I hope you can't hear them. If you can, I can. They're loud and annoying. But hopefully you can't, and if you can, I apologize. Along with the technical difficulties in the basement floor, my heat finally got fixed. We had the heater guy here today. He was here for several hours, so that killed part of my day, but now it's too damn hot in here. I'll take it, though. I'd rather be too hot, I guess, than not have any heat at all, especially since there's a winter storm supposedly coming. But the other thing, went out to start my car, and my car wouldn't start. So now I'm dealing with that. But I still got to make content because it's 2021 and it's my content challenge. So I've got content for you. Today, I'm going to do an unboxing. I've done one previous unboxing with AEW Unrivaled wrestling figures. I'm a big wrestling fan, obviously. I collect wrestling figures, specifically the AEW ones. They are now going into Series 4, I believe, and I still haven't gotten any more because I can't seem to find them. There's distribution errors and whatnot. They're hard to come by, basically. So, haven't been able to do any more unboxings of that. However, I'm a big horror guy. Everybody who knows me knows I love horror and everything that's horror. So I've got 5 horror collectible figures to unbox today. A company called NECA actually makes 4 of them. And NECA is National Entertainment Collectibles Association, I believe. They were founded in '96, and they're out of New Jersey also. It's a pretty big toy company. They're probably most well known for their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. They make a shit ton of the horror figures. I think they make Terminator. They make a bunch of figures, and they're awesome figures. The great articulation, great detail. But they make a lot of collectibles. So that's what I've got today is 4 of those, and then another company's action figure as well, or doll if you want to call it a doll, but they are collectibles. So that's what we're going to do today is unbox those. Let's get to it. Before we get started, however, I do want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel. Hit that little bell notification so you can be notified whenever I drop new content. Make sure you like the video and just keep coming back for more. All right, so I'm at Target right now, and I got this bright idea to stop in here and pick up a couple NECA, I guess, horror-themed figurines is what you would call it, because it's not one of my collections. So I'm going to pick out a couple of these, and then I'm going to take them home and unbox them, and that will be today's content. Alright, so today I'm going to unbox these horror figures, 4 which are NECA, and the other one is another company. When I open it up, I'll mention it. But before I get started, obviously, beautiful backdrop back there. But I also want to bring up that my daughter bought this one for me for this past Christmas. It's Jason Voorhees with the bag over his head, and it came with his butcher knife and a pickaxe. It also came with this sweet little fireplace, a sphere, pitchfork, another knife. This one doesn't have blood on it like that does. Came with a decapitated head, and then another head. The NECA characters, for the most part, they switch out hands or heads and whatnot, and this one you can switch out. It's the non-bagged deformed face, Jason Voorhees. Set that over there. And then this one, if you watched my Toy Vomit vlog recently, I bought this. It's a zombie
I'm not really sure what it is, but I was told it's from Ghostbusters. But I like horror and I like zombies, so I bought this guy. And before I get into unboxing everything, I gotta mention I already started this video once and ended up that my storage was full or something, so it didn't record. I had already gotten into opening. So as you can see, the Chucky doll is already unboxed. It is what it is. So when I get to that part, I'll go over what the boxing and everything looks like. But we got the Chucky, and I also have these two. Sam from Trick or Treat and Pennywise from It. These are Toonie Terrors. They're also made by NECA, but they're more cartoonish. But I still do collect them because they're horror figures and also NECA. And then I've got, this is the one I was talking about. It looks like it's from Mega Monsters. I'm not too familiar with that, but it's Hannibal Lecter. Its likeness isn't all that great like the NECA figures are, but we'll get to that when I unbox it. And then lastly, I have this other Jason Voorhees. It's the more recognizable one. It comes with his mask and tombstone. So we'll start with the Chucky. Alright, as I said, I already began opening this in a previous video, but the boxing for the NECA is very nice. It's got the Chucky on the front. Good guys, he wants you for a best friend. And then collect all the good guy accessories. On the back of the box, I've torn it up pretty good already, but it's got the cartoon version of Chucky, which looks like a My Buddy doll. If you were familiar with those, like 80s and 90s, I had one, and it did look like Chucky. Not sure if Chucky got inspiration from it or what, but it definitely scared me as a kid because I thought it was like Chucky. But that's what it looked like right there. Me and my brother do a movie review show, as you know, called Two Brothers in a Review. Probably have to do Chucky at some point, and maybe I can find out if it was inspired by My Buddy. But anyways, Chucky, the ultimate action figure. It's got his figure posed in a couple different movie-like scenes here, holding all the different weapons it comes with. On the side, again, cartoon version of him. He just wants to be, or he wants you for a best friend. He can be a cowboy, a soldier, a doctor, a baseball player. On the other side, construction worker, Indian, and fireman. So going all out with the box as usual for NECA. I'll go ahead and just trash it. A lot of people keep them in boxes. I personally want to let them breathe, so the box is trash. Now, on to the actual Chucky, which I said I already got it out. Here he is, and he's very articulated because he can bend at his elbows, which for such a small figure, comes with a yardstick, by the way. And if that is the correct measurements, he's pretty small. But as you can see, he's very small. And like I said, articulation at the elbows, also down here at the knees. You can bend them pretty much where you can look like a toddler. His, whatever that bone is right there, the thigh, also bends. His head moves around as well. Which, speaking of the head, that brings me to the next thing. NECA has detachable heads and hands. This has 3 different heads. The hands I won't change, but as you can see, very little tiny hands. I'm not a big fan of changing them unless there's a real big difference in what they are, which this one actually, you can change his hand into this blade. Probably still won't do that though. I showed you that. Now, onto the heads, however, I will change the head. I'll probably just change it right now, actually. Starting with the head that's already on it. It's the very nice, friendly, he wants to be your friend, Chucky. Then the next head would be, starts to get a little sinister, a little mean look on him. No flesh wounds yet. But this one, he's obviously tried to hurt somebody and has been kicked a few times and maybe even slashed. He's got some, I don't know how well you can see that, but he's got good amount of slashing around his eye and some blood starting to be drawn. And then this one, he's full on had his face blown off, at least half of his face. So that one's pretty creepy looking. But I think I'm going to go with the middle ground Chucky there. So they just pop off their heads, which is kind of scary to do sometimes, but pops off. Now you got a headless Chucky. And then that guy just pop it right back on. Easier said than done. But there we go. Now I've got the kicked in the face Chucky going on. He also comes with this little box that you can fold up, and it would be like the box that he came in as a toy. You can actually fit him right in there, close the box up. I'm not sure if I'll display him like that or not. Maybe, I'm not sure. But it's definitely a nice little accessory if one would choose to do so. The other accessories that it comes with, I already showed you the one bladed hand that you can switch out, but it also comes with a bat. Chucky's got a lot of weapons here. A hammer. He's got 4 different knives. It's very, very tiny, but there's a little bigger one. An actual razor, which I need to do myself. A pistol. And as I said before, the yardstick. So he comes with plenty of different accessories, interchangeable heads and hands, and the articulation is great. The detail on the figure, I mean, NECA knocks detail out of the park on everything that they do. So definitely pretty awesome. As far as scaling go, it's a doll. So here's next to the normal sized adult human, and then there he is. It's childlike. It might possibly could be a little bit smaller, but I'm happy with this size. So that's Chucky. We'll go ahead and set all this aside. Like I said, you can put him in this box. I don't know if I'll display him like this, but just so that you can see how he fits perfectly in the little box that it comes with. Just like he's a toy on the shelves. Pretty cool. And the box itself has the good guy stuff. It's like the box that I already tore apart. Alright. Let's see, the next thing, we'll go ahead and we'll knock this non-NECA toy out. Like I said, it looks like it's World's Greatest Mega Monsters is what it says on it. Whatever Marty Graham's Presents Mego is, I don't know. But it says it has 14 points of articulation. So we'll go ahead and open that guy up. That's all done. This one is definitely a lot easier to get out of the packaging. Oh, he's got a little bit of stuff there to keep his mask in, so I'll cut those loose. This one has, right, his mask, yep. As I kind of briefly said, the resemblance on this guy, if you've seen Hannibal Lecter, or Silence of the Lambs, any of those movies, doesn't quite look like, well, I think I just broke it. Yeah, I think I was supposed to leave that on. Whoops. Is what it is. Lesson learned. Anyways, as I was saying before, the resemblance isn't quite there for Hannibal, but the mask definitely sets it off, and that's why I bought it. Now I'm gonna have to probably buy another one because I thought that was just holding it in, but it looks like it actually was supposed to, maybe not. Either or. So that's with the mask on. It's got soft goods, which, like a Barbie doll, actually can come off. I'm not going to take them off, but I'm just showing that you can do that. It needs a straight jacket. It would be nice if this would have came with a straight jacket, but articulation, it bends at his elbows, his hands, oh, his wrists. You can move his wrist as well. So like I said, 14 points of articulation. Not sure how the mask is going to stay on there very well, but his head moves, obviously. He's got a nice knee bend. You get his little workout in the morning. His shoes actually look like they come off as well, and he bends at the ankles. So this is fully posable, and not too bad. Like I said, the resemblance, his facial resemblance isn't quite as good, nowhere near as good as NECA, but it will work. It gets the job done. Maybe NECA will make a Hannibal if they haven't already. I'm going to have to check into that. So there we go, and then here we go. Bring up Chucky again. Where did I put him? Oh, he's in the box. So there we go. I'll clean this up and we'll go on to the next one. Alright, now we're going to go on to the Toonie Terrors, and this one here is Sam from Trick or Treat, which I just recently, well, not recently, a couple months ago, but in 2020 watched Trick or Treat. I had never seen it before. As big a horror person I am, there's still movies out there I haven't seen yet, and this was one of them. But it was a little different, but if you know me, you know I like horror movies. Can't go wrong with horror. But let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Dispose of the box. He's got his little lollipop, pumpkin lollipop that's taken a bite out of. And of course, if you watch the movie, he has a sack. A little Pepsi. Pop him out right there. And it looks like it has an interchangeable head. Let's get this out of the way. And there we go. No articulation on these really. The arm is straight and goes up and down, and the other one's bent. The legs do not move at all. And there's no twisting other than the head, which, like I said, I could take the head off and put the unmasked Sam on there, but I'm going to leave this one because that's the one that's most recognizable. And like I said, he's got his bag, which somehow, yeah, can go in this hand. Oh. And then this one can go in that hand. So there we go. And there's Sam. I'll set him right here, and I'll go ahead and open up my wife's personal favorite. She loves clowns, Pennywise. Even though this is more of a cartoony figure, it's still really detailed. Another thing to cut here, loosen them out, or to get them loose to come out. Again, no real articulation. Looks like his hands twist at his wrists, just like that, and then his arms can fully rotate, but there's no bending at the elbows, and the feet do not move whatsoever. But he comes with, if you've ever watched it, a balloon. I thought it was a red balloon, however, but either or, it's got this little orange balloon that can go into his hand somehow here. Yep. So there we go. Voila, we've got Sam and Pennywise. That will look nice in glass shelf. Alright, and then lastly, I've got Friday the 13th's final chapter, Jason Voorhees. You can see the box. I didn't get to show you this on the Chucky one, as I already tore open, but it's got a little Velcro, and it opens up. can see the figure posed, and then through the clear plastic you can see the actual figure. Obviously, it's a nice feature compared to other figures that just come in the clear plastic and you see them. This one actually has the box where you open it. Just a little added feature that NECA provides, and there's a little information about on the back, his story or whatnot. I'm not going to read that, but more posable photos of the figure on the back. So we'll go ahead and rip this bad boy open. As I said, I do not leave them in box. I take them out and display them. A lot of collectors like to leave them mint in box, but not me. Let them breathe. Plus, this is the fun part about it, right? There you go. Trash. Now, you didn't witness this with Chucky, but these guys are in here pretty good. The other characters you saw they come out pretty easy. These ones, they're in there good. They don't want you to steal them. I mean, they are anywhere from $25 to $40 that I've seen. Just on these 5 figures alone, I spent $130 today, I think. First thing I'm going to pull out here is Pamela Voorhees Gravestone. Voorhees, sorry I said Voorhees. But I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it says Pamela Voorhees, 1930-1979, at rest. So that's an awesome little accessory I can have sitting next to Jason. We'll start with the weapons. Now the hacksaw. An axe. No blood on it, but that's okay, because the blood looks to be like it's all over his butcher's blade. Or not butcher blade, but machete, sorry. Butcher blade's over here, which it also has blood all over it. Go ahead and pull that out now. There we go. That's a butcher blade, right? And then we also got a knife. It's bloody. So it looks like he used all those other weapons instead of the axe. That's okay. And then we've got this here. I'm not sure what this is called, but it's one of the screw drill things, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so several different weapons. And then he has one hand that looks like you can replace. Comes with one extra hand. Don't see much of a difference in the hand though, so I'm not sure why they would have an extra one, but that's okay. And an additional head. So we've got the Jason head. Again, it's the same head. It looks like there might be a little bit of a scuff mark on the one that it's slightly different, but alright, here we go. Let's get to the character now. He still has some things. Gotta cut these off. Alright. I got him out of his packaging now. And as I said with the other ones, articulation. Looks like his wrist turns and moves there. Bends at the elbow. When you first get them, they're pretty stiff. But I just plan on posing them and leaving them the way they are. I don't plan on moving them around or playing with them, obviously. So, yep, same thing as before. And bends there at the. Actually, looks like he has an abdomen. He can bend over if I want to scrunch and make his tummy hurt. But his knees bend, his thighs bend, his feet look like they move around. They do not bend at the ankles, but that's okay because I don't need to bend at the ankles. Looks like the shirt does not come off, but that's okay because Voorhees isn't known for taking a shirt off, right? like I said, the two heads, they look pretty much the same. There might be little slight differences or whatever. And then the hand, yeah, I'm not sure why there's an extra hand, but there we go. I'll probably pose them with that, obviously, and probably the machete. That's what I'm thinking. Nope, I just broke the machete in half. So that's one thing. They're very small pieces, and that will happen. So I'll go with just the knife. You gotta be very careful with these. That's why they're not really toys. They're more of just collectibles. But that was my fault. I was forcefully trying to put it in there. It's okay. I didn't break the character himself. I have plenty of accessories here. That's the good thing about all these little accessories. They come with plenty. So if you do stupid things like I just did, that's what will happen. As for everything else, I'll put all of the stuff that I'm not using into a Ziploc baggie, and those will be stored. Don't really need to store them, just going to. There we go, we got that Jason Voorhees. Then we've got the other Jason, which I believe I can actually change that head and put it on there if I wanted to. Then we got the zombie guy, which he's harder to make stand because he's missing one shoe, which is supposed to be missing a shoe. It's not like I just lost it. There we go. And then we've got Hannibal Lecter. We got Sam, put down here in front. Pennywise. And you notice the scale of Pennywise compared to these. They are a smaller scale. So these would be, for me anyways, on a different shelf. Whereas this one, he is supposed to be a smaller scale. So he would still go with these figures. But like Sam, actually Sam's a smaller figure, or a smaller person also, but these two over here would probably go on a different shelf compared to these right here. And there you have it, the unboxing of the NECA and whatever that one's called, Mega something, horror collectible figures.